Hi, this is Lara at Elliott Wave Stock Market with a free Dow analysis for you after the trading session dated Monday 4th of April is over and before Tuesday the 5th opens. This is now my main wave count for the Dow, and while price remains below 13,425.3 points, it will be my only wave count for the Dow. If we get up beyond this target zone to 13,425.3 points, then I do have an alternate which expects that it's fairly likely that we may see new all-time highs for the Dow. So I'll chart and present that one if its minimum requirement, reaching 13,425, is met. Until that point, there's no point in charting it because it's not, the requirements for it aren't met. This wave count expects yet further upwards movement. We probably don't have a satisfactory 5-wave structure upwards complete yet. We need at least one little more wave upwards at least. At 12,573.34 points, wave C black in its entirety, beginning down here, will reach 0.618, the length of A black, and at 12,661.6 points, wave 5 blue will reach equality with wave 1 blue, so that's my 87 odd point target zone for upwards movement to end in. We've got a nice little overshoot of the 4th wave on this lower edge of this trend channel. That may indicate to us a 5th wave overshoot on the opposite side of the channel to come, so that's a fairly likely place for upwards movement to end. We need to extend these trend lines out and keep drawing them on the daily chart. Taking you now to an hourly chart, and I have 2 wave counts on the hourly chart for you, where the low for 4 blue is this point down here. There are several different possibilities in how we label this upward structure. There's so many little waves and so many different possibilities whether we have an extension for 1, 3 or 5, or which ones of those 2 of the 3 action waves are extended. So I'm only going to present 2 of the possibilities I've charted, which I expect are the most likely to because they have better Fibonacci ratios and a better look. This main wave count has better ratios than the alternate. It sees a brief little first and second wave at green degree. That's really common for first and second waves to do that. And now we have an extended 3rd wave yet to complete with a 1, 2, 3, and working on a 4th wave triangle. Still needs a 5th wave up to complete wave 3 or green. I have a little target for downwards movement for this 4th wave triangle to end at 12,374. Wave E of the triangle may not move beyond the end of wave C, which is at 12,369. If we see downwards movement beyond that point, then the alternate wave count will explain the next movement quite nicely. This is a barrier triangle, so we should expect either a short sharp thrust for this 5th wave, which is equal to the widest part of the triangle in length, so it may be about 75 points, or if it gets up to about 75 points after the end of wave E and that short sharp thrust and it keeps going beyond that point, the other possibility is a long extended 5th wave to end this 3rd wave at green degree. One of the subwaves of a triangle may be expected to exhibit a Fibonacci ratio to its predecessor, and here the C wave is 61% the length of wave B, so we do have that Fibonacci ratio within the waves of this triangle, giving me a little bit more confidence that this probably is correctly labelled as a barrier triangle. It looks like this 4th wave is going to be a very shallow correction, and the 2nd wave at the same wave degree for this wave count was also a very shallow correction of its 1st wave. That's okay. We're not going to see alternation in depth probably, but we would see alternation in structure. The 4th wave is a triangle and the 2nd wave was a shallow little zigzag. So that may be all right. There's some pretty good ratios within this wave count, and this wave count's got the best ratios that I could see so far. Within wave 3 green, wave 3 orange is 20 points short of equality with wave 1 orange, with wave 1 being the longer, so that means that the 5th wave is limited to no longer than 447 points in length. So wherever wave E ends up, if the thrust to the upside out of the triangle, if it remains valid, exceeds 75 points, then we may expect it to get no longer than 447 points. So it'll be either 75 or 440 odd points. Within wave 3 orange, within wave 1 orange of this 3rd wave at green degree, there's no Fibonacci ratio between 3 purple and 1, but wave 5 purple is 19 points longer than equality with wave 3, so they're reasonably close to equality. Within wave 3 orange of wave 3 green, there's no Fibonacci ratio between wave 3 purple and 1 purple, but wave 5 purple is 14 points short of 0.382 the length of wave 1. Within wave 1 purple here of wave 3 orange, wave 3 aqua has no ratio to wave 1, but wave 5 aqua is just 2 points longer than 0.618 the length of this third wave. Within wave 1 aqua, this extended first wave here, there's no Fibonacci ratio between wave 3 red and wave 1 red, but wave 5 red is 7 points short of 0.382 the length of wave 1 red. So that's the best Fibonacci ratios I can find within any of these wave counts that I've tried to look at today. So taking you to the alternate where the low is the same point here, and instead of wave 1 green ending here, we may have seen a long extended first wave, and the second wave may be unfolding as an expanded flat correction. The three-wave structure for A, a triangle and a B wave, if it's over here, it's still a 134% correction of wave A. According to the rules for a flat, wave A may never subdivide into a triangle, but it's not stated that wave B may not subdivide into a triangle. It's just stated that wave B has to be at least 90% the length of A, and that's certainly achieved here. If this is the case, then this triangle is probably over here, and we should see a short C wave to the downside. If this is an expanded flat, we would expect wave C to be either 1.618 the length of A for our first target, or possibly 2.618 the length of A, which is the second target down here. So this alternate wave count expects a little bit more downwards movement than my main hourly wave count, but I'm not as happy with this labelling up here, and the Fibonacci ratios aren't as good. Within wave 1 green, here at orange degree, wave 3 orange has no Fibonacci ratio to the short little first wave, and wave 5 orange is 16.55 points longer than 2.618 the length of the short little first wave. It's just a 4% variation, so that's not too far off. Within wave 3 orange, there's no Fibonacci ratio at all between 1, 3 and 5 purple. Likewise, within wave 5 orange at purple degree, there's no Fibonacci ratios between 1, 3 and 5 purple. Within wave 5 purple here of 5 orange between 1, 3 and 5 aqua, wave 3 aqua has no Fibonacci ratio to wave 1, but wave 5 aqua is 3.02 points longer than 0.382 the length of wave 1. Within wave 3 purple of this fifth wave at orange degree, there's no ratio between 3 and 1 aqua, but wave 5 aqua is just 0.76 of a point longer than 0.618 the length of wave 1. That's the closest Fibonacci ratio I've been able to find between any of these little waves within this upwards movement. So overall, because there's no ratios between these waves at purple degree here or here, this wave count probably has a lower probability than my main hourly wave count because the Fibonacci ratios aren't quite as good. The invalidation point's a lot lower down, however. This would be a second wave correction which may not move beyond the start of one, only movement below 11,555.48 would invalidate it. When the second wave is over, we would be expecting a strong upwards third wave to unfold for the Dow. So either way, we're expecting just a little bit of downwards movement to start tomorrow, at least a little bit, and then some further upwards movement for the Dow. We still don't have satisfactorily complete 5-wave structure from that low. That's all for me today with your Dow analysis. I hope this helps you in your trading, and if you would like daily analysis of the S&P 500, you'll find it on my site.